shadows are falling, but it's time to pause, cause Mother Nature's calling. I'll be back in a second and I'll continue the reckoning. They will still be waiting for us, and the pressure grows to make a save and throw, to introduce some movie, turn the lights down low. My armor's exposed, I'm getting full of holes. Think I need another chorus. Sooner or later the dice land on the table. You know that's what fables are made of. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Let me get the double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. My main man and double damage with it. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man and double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical. That ain't how we roll. Oh no, it ain't stolen. We on a roll. Hey, we on a rollin'. That ain't how we roll. Oh no, it ain't stolen. We on a roll. Hey, we on a rollin'. Sooner or later the dice land on the table. You know that's what fables are made of. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. My main man and double damage with it. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. My main man and double damage with it. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. This is a critical hit. My main man and double damage with it. Oh yeah, it's a critical hit. Everybody sing, oh yeah, it's a critical hit. It's critical, critical.
Oh, critical hit. What's up, guys? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the wonderful internets. That is No More Kings with Critical Hit, and I don't care if it gets muted because I'm recording it locally, and then I'll record it up to YouTube because I have explicit permission to play the song, and I love it for D&D. So, welcome to everybody. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. Welcome to the D&D stream, because one does not simply mess with infinity and beyond. What is going on to Warbot? What's up to, of course, Sod, who's playing as part of this? What's up, Roix? Hello, Diddy. What is up, Morphus? Hello, Mercurius. What is up, Foom? Also, of course, playing with us. What up, Joey? What is up, John Helfers? Also playing with us. What is up, Hillness? What's up, Gecko? Hello, Fury. What is up, Sarge? What is going on, Katron? What is up, Arcades? Hello, Apples. What is up, Nedwin? What is up, Lego Freak? What is up, Inam? Also playing with us. What is up, Glog? I appreciate the song, by the way. Hello to everyone. What's going on, Game Misconduct as well. Pleasure to see all you guys today. I hope everyone is doing well. And let me remind everybody before I bring in the guys that you can find out more about the stream. If you're interested in the stream, please make sure to follow. Please tweet out the stream. This is a good time to do it. If you click that link, it will tweet out my stream and help build the Arvanaut community. If you have not already done so, subscribing to my YouTube, which now has 82 subscribers at last check. All past broadcasts, including this one, go up to my YouTube channel, so check that out. And then last, if you're interested in getting an announcement about the stream a little bit before Twitch does, you should join our Steam group, which is also, now has about 163 members in it. That is also where you can be part of the Arvanaut community when I'm not streaming, and checking out different possibilities for games and things like that. So that's the deal with that. I finished Legend of Grimrock 2 yesterday. Really awesome, epic boss fight, which was really cool. D&D tonight, and then I'm off until Tuesday, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for House of Hades. House of Hades is the next solo stream. I'll be playing House of Hades probably Tuesday and maybe Thursday, and then starting on probably Friday, the next game I think I'm going to play will be the Phoenix Wright game. I'm going to be playing Ace Attorney And when that's finished, I have to finish my Ultima Underworld run, and then I have to decide if I'm going to play Dragon Age Inquisition or one of 3 or 4 other game possibilities going forward. So that's what we're looking like over the next couple weeks. Last thing I want to mention is that I do have interviews coming up as well. I have an interview with the developer of Shadowgate, the new remake. That's going to be coming up in the next week or so. And I also have a interview coming up with the folks who do Pillars of Eternity, which is Obsidian. So I'm going to have a chance to do that as well. So those are the 2 interviews that I have coming up, and I'm working on some other things down the pipe as well. So thank you also to Series Runner, to King Foom, and to Reverb Games for the host. I appreciate it, guys. And if you guys have not already followed, you should do that. All right, so with that, I'm going to unmute these wonderful people. Unmute, 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 and unmute. And I'm going to do our little transition over to it. Let's see if it works. Oh, the nice smooth transition over. So hello, chat. What's going on? And yes, we have with us the incredible group of Infinity and Beyond. It is currently messed up because at some point Domdor got mixed. Sod ended up disconnecting for some reason by accident.
And
so I will
attend to cat as well.
Yes, so I will make sure. That's right. That will be changing to Sod. I will not be playing with Lily the cat as the name. But we will change that momentarily.
Sod keeps trying, but it keeps failing.
He does.
For some reason, Art keeps noticing that he is all of a sudden like a foot tall and furry.
I keep being like, wait, what? How is that even? Yes. So I'm going to make some adjustments right now. Okay. While I am doing that, I am going to change names over here. And while I'm doing that, perhaps if we could have everybody sort of introduce themselves. The only one we're missing right now is Optic. I don't know where Optic is. And I don't know. He was supposed to be here, and I'm not sure what the deal is, but there is Sod. See? I see Sod coming.
He does exist.
Yes.
It is true, he does. Right now, Sod is listed as Foom, but that will change in just a moment.
It is off a bit, but that's okay. Oh, what do you want now, kitty? You want to be more on cam, don't you?
She's like, wait, I lost my audience. I lost my people.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Now I think everybody is in the right place. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see. Actually, is Foom actually? Do we just beyond the picture? Do we actually have Foom on, like, live and existing?
We do not know.
I don't hear.
I haven't heard from him yet.
Okay.
I see the picture.
Yeah, I know. I do too. He was here.
Picture. I can see the picture.
I was looking for a little more. He's looking for something a little more.
Looking for more than just
interactive.
I can see that. I can see it now. I'll just be like, all right. So the orc charges towards you, Foom. What do you do, Foom? Foom. He just sits there with a big smile on his face. I'm like, well, the orc is sort of troubled by that and leaves and goes to fight someone else because he just doesn't. He's not used to it.
I love the great we've got a good transition view of the country here between Arv he's sitting there in his nice little cold jacket. I'm sitting here in a hoodie, and we have directly below me is Ceres rocking no sleeves. Yeah, freaking warm bastard.
Exactly. Guess what region everyone's from? Okay. Go. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, let's start then with top right. Let's start with Inam, and he will introduce himself and his character, and you can talk about what you're doing on Twitch as well. And then we will actually get into the adventure as soon as either Foom or Optic arrives. One person is okay. 2 people is not okay. But we can introduce each other first. So, Soleil, who are you?
I am an Amanatus, full-time variety broadcaster here on Twitch, and I'm playing Soleil Rain, the human mage of the group. And as far as my channel goes, currently working on a full series playthrough of Assassin's Creed, finishing up with Revelations in the next day or 2.
And then straight on to Assassin's Creed Unity, and let's hope that they've actually... oh, no. I'm sorry. Assassin's Creed 3. What am I saying?
3, Black Flag, Rogue, Unity, yeah.
Wow. That's good. By the time you get to Unity and Rogue, it'll be patched and functional.
Exactly.
So
I planned this shit. I know how this works.
I swear, if Polygon gets even more excited about playing, constantly posting those faceless, like, have you seen the pictures of, like, the creatures with no, like, the glitches where it just shows the eyeballs? I'm like,
I have seen those.
Oh, God, they are so in love with those pictures. I'm like, really? Do we need to haunt my dreams repeatedly? Because I think once was enough.
Unity has that many problems.
Oh, Unity has been a disaster.
Unity
disaster.
Set itself up for a fall because there was that whole huge debate about the resolutions all being locked at the same across the platforms, and they I'm getting a weird echo already, guys. Anyway,
that's John.
So there's that huge debate, and then beyond that, it was I got thrown off there. Then whenever it actually comes out, and all these like, so people were looking for something to hate, and then whenever it comes out and there are issues, people are just pissed and they're raking them over the coals for it. It is kind of crazy to watch.
It is, but I mean, actually, and I like Ubisoft for a lot of the games of the big groups of publishers. They're one of the few that I think is willing to take chances on more independent games like Valiant Hearts and Might and Magic X Legacy and Heroes of Might and Magic and games like that. But that said, I mean, they it's not like this is the first time they've run into this. Watch Dogs was an unoptimized mess too. I mean, so Ubisoft is really, and the review embargo was a disaster that they did. They've got some repair work to do with the community. And by the way, this might also be what happens when you try to release one single game every year. Just saying.
I'm looking at the picture of the just eyeballs. That's pretty crazy.
Oh God. Okay. So let's move on down to Series. Series, who the hell are you?
Hi. I'm
Who is that guy? I don't know.
I am a caster on Twitch every once in a while, kind of off and on, not a full time at all. Student, and I am playing a fighter. So pretty straightforward. I don't cast spells or anything. I just hit stuff really hard.
Or miss, or once in a great while, miss stuff really hard. Once in a great while.
Yeah, rolling 2 1s is not uncommon with my character. So
you're very much a feast and famine.
To bring up the rear. There you go.
He actually has a shield.
You don't remember the last sessions, do you?
You did better than me last time, but I agree.
Oh, I hit one attack out of like 7, and I failed every skill check except one, which saved Kate.
Man, we got
Mom, you made the critical and saved my ass. That's all I care about.
Yep, exactly right.
That's right. But welcome in, chat. Good to see you guys. Seriously, I know most of you guys, so it's good to see you.
Good to see everybody. And by the way, hi to Vaden and hi to Frosty Ray and to Joey who stopped in. Good to see you guys. All right, next one down is Foom, and let's just make sure he's not here. Foom? Foom.
Boom.
Let me try it with the echo. Foom. Foom.
Quick, someone just use a Minnesota accent and pretend to be Foom.
Yeah, a Foom. Yep, I can't even do it.
I hate that Foom, don't you know?
Arv, are you looking at your feed right now?
Am I what now?
There was a guy. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
I saw it.
Guy who came here looking for the complete opposite of what we're doing. Let's put it that way.
Yes, I saw him. He's been properly dealt with. Oh my gosh. Okay. The other person we have here, hi Lee. The other person that we have who is not currently here at the moment is Optic. So hopefully he will arrive and then he'll be able to introduce himself. So moving right along to the other two people who are John.
Hello, chat. How's everyone doing? John Helfer is not a streamer, the only one of the group that is not, but I'm a full-time author and writer. One of my latest projects, a mid-grade project, is going to hopefully hit the selling market in January. So what you were telling me is not the Titan, though, since it's for mid-grade.
Yes.
But I'm also going to get back into writing with a project that's coming up, and I edit too and fun stuff. And I also handle the Shadowrun novel line, which is now up to 4 novels in the pipeline. So
awesome.
We're very happy about that. And I play Cade Marmados, the irrepressible, only slightly psychotic rogue of the group.
Yes. Excellent. Wonderful. Okay. And hailing all the way from the land down under. Okay, I don't know why I was setting that up.
Do I have to turn upside down for this? You have to rotate. Make sure you rotate.
Right, exactly. Make sure you rotate. It's so true. I've done that. I've been in the harbor in Sydney. I'm like, the stars are upside down because only my area matters, right? Like that's all that counts. Sod, who the hell are you?
Yeah, I am Sod with an underscore on Twitch, and I'm also a streamer. I stream randomly. I've been going through a few RPGs right now, and yeah, those have been really fun. And so I play Domdor Grumblehammer, who is a dwarf fighter who hasn't had much luck in the past few sessions, but has done like only one good thing this whole time is save someone's life.
Which was an epic save, let's be fair.
It kicked ass.
Yeah. So if you're going to do one good thing, that's the time to do
it.
Right.
Yeah, true. That is true.
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure.
But Dom, you're due. You're way due now. Okay.
Your reputation is now used up. So like now,
I know, like that was awesome throughout the first like couple chapters, and then now I'm just like, ugh.
Well, you know the way it works, right? Like you do some amazing things, and then in the mind of everybody, it's like a football quarterback. You know, the quarterback can throw a couple touchdowns in a Super Bowl, and that gives you a year. Yeah, it slowly goes down and down and down, and then you have to do something amazing. So you gotta get to that point.
Foom is just going higher and higher. He's overtaken everyone so far.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Well, the sad part about this is as we increase in level, it's supposed to get easier to do these things, not harder. So
The problem is the things that you're facing also have a tendency to increase in levels.
yeah, I know, but so the ones rolled in this group, not
Yes.
by me, by the way, have been just ginormous.
I know that person who just came
amazing.
on, and
Why is
actually
she so
so
much?
does John.
So much
Since he's using his real name, I suppose it's fair. Ken Swales, welcome to the Arvanauts. John knows who this is.
Hey, Ken.
Ken's actually going to be helping us out a little bit with the Icarus game, and John and I happen to know Ken IRL, and I didn't have to worry about calling him out since he used his real name anyway. So, so that means now we know. Thank you very much. Can we get a new follower, Ken Swales, please? In chat for him. And my name is Arvin Elleron. I'm a variety caster on Twitch. I play a number of different games. I just finished Legend of Grimrock 2. As I said, I'm moving on to House of Hades, the fighting fantasy game book, which I play with chat. And if you want to check that out, you should take a look at the past broadcasts on my YouTube channel to see a little bit of what that's about. And then, so I do that. I'm going to be playing Phoenix Wright. I have interviews set up with different people, including the folks who did Shadowgate and the folks who did Pillars of Eternity, among others. Also a writer, and I'm a college professor as well. And anyway, if you want to know more about me, you can check out my page. Please hit the follow button. And yeah, that is the deal. Hi, Jasper. Thanks, Net. All right, so that's the deal with us. So we are all here, and I think we're just about ready to go. Although I would like to get at least Foom on if I could, so that we could have only one person who's missing.
And
I don't know.
my beard appreciates it, and And Jasper, we just literally started 5 minutes ago, so no worries.
Yeah, we just got underway.
Yeah, we're still yakking, obviously.
I will summarize not the whole campaign because I've done that too many times, but I will summarize.
You might finish before the other.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
know,
I
I
could
know.
use a nap.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I will summarize just the part leading up to this anyway. I can tell you that in Chapter 3, which is where we are, these guys have been playing through Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle, and I can tell you that they were told, sort of leading up to this, basically the party has been tangling with a group called the Red Wizards of Thay, who are sort of these political operators that operate up and down the Sword Coast and the Forgotten Realms, normally for their own nefarious purposes. And these guys have sort of tangled with them a little bit. They've discovered that they are searching for these keys, these elemental keys. For what reason is not entirely clear, but they are trying to seek them and do something bad. And so the party has basically been racing for the last few chapters against them to try to get them first. The party has not done exactly what they wanted to do in doing that, actually. The Red Wizards have managed to get those elemental keys so far, and now they've been sent here where they believe, according to one of their informants, a paladin named Sir Istival, that this is the place to go. And so they have traveled to Illifarn, Mount Illifarn, where a group of dwarves live. And what they discovered when they came here is that there is also a ton of orcs that live here as well. And there may be some bizarre crossbreeding thing going on. They've heard rumors of it. They're not 100% sure. They also know that there was a massive wildfire that they found on the way between Mount Illifarn and this, and they ended up actually encountering an elf who gave them a hand basically in clearing out what was going on with this in clearing out the orcs that were in the front of it. They were a little bit nervous about doing it, honestly. They weren't sure if they wanted to.
It's not exactly clearing out, though. It's more like, look over there, and then we sneak in.
Yeah, sneak in while they're gone. That's true. And so Aligarthus, who's the name of the prince, by the way, the elven prince, helped them out. And so now they are standing at the entrance. Cade has stealthed in to try to basically infiltrate. And what he's discovered is, you might be able to see, I'll zoom in a little bit for you. You can see a whole bunch of orcs. There are tons and tons of orcs. Over in this area right here, there's a bunch of orc children as well as regular orcs. So there are lots of orcs of every kind of description. And so they have just about come up with a theory, or they were working on coming up with a theory about how to handle it when we sort of ended things last time. So they left the town, they had a couple of encounters, they got here, and so now they are deciding what to do. And so that's basically where things stand as we get underway. Lots and lots of orcs, and so they got to deal with those lots and lots of orcs. And that's basically where we're at. So,
I believe someone else already mentioned take off and nuke the site from orbit. Is that correct?
yes, it's the only way to be sure. Yes.
Yes. Well.
Yes. So
I'm still of a mind to go that way. So.
I think yeah, just nuke the place from orbit.
All right. So
So now you guys can actually, if you want, talk a little bit about, just sort of confirm what it is you guys wanted to do, because it's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to play. So, hi, Hollow, and hello.
Basically,
to
right
Fang.
now, Cade is invisible. Salil cast invisibility on him, and he went scouting and found all this. And so those are all dead ends, if I remember correctly. The only place we haven't gone is down there.
yeah,
And
up
also there.
correct. That is correct. But we've got
And there's also a dude in here with the staff. He looks
Correct.
yeah, and it's also that's their daycare center, by the way.
And
That's an example. Those dice, that's an example of how many creatures there are. There's 203 orcs. What's up, Fing? It was
And
Fing who did it.
our problem is avoiding any of them running off, and because most of them are out chasing the elves, but we don't want to avoid them raising an alarm to the rest of the complex. That's kind of the issue we have right now.
Yes.
So
Okay, see you, Frosty. Good to see you, Frosty. And yes, Nedwin, I do actually have a robe and make illusions. I have created an illusion of myself. I'm actually 25 years old, and I look like Justin Timberlake. So that's my illusion is this pale form you see before you is what I actually
We're
am.
talking about illusions or delusions.
just to double check again, everything past this section that I just pinged, there's no way out of it. This is the only way you can pretty much leave it, correct? If I'm not mistaken?
That is correct. Yeah, well, so there's rubble up here,
Yeah.
there's rubble up
Right.
here, there's rubble down here, and this is sort of a closed off area down here as well. So basically the only areas you've got are past here and then here. And you don't know obviously where, sorry, right there. And you don't know where they extend in either direction. You don't know if you think this one down here, you might see a wall back here, but you can't really tell until you get a little bit closer.
Yeah, and I wasn't edging that close to it. The one of course we're very concerned about is this one right here, for obvious reasons that it leads further into somewhere else.
Yes.
Well, also this one is a mystery, so it could be.
Yeah, but it's
This could
probably
be a
gonna
broom
end up in
closet,
a
or it could be like the second wing of all this.
The best
Good
broom
point.
ever.
Good point. Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's where we're at.
I believe we were talking fireball to clear out, the big nest here.
I like the idea of a fireball.
Yeah,
I think. Well, yeah, that fireballs will happen. That's just what's
And-
going to happen.
and I
But
believe-
the issue was whether we were talking about getting in here and trying to hold this little hallway right here, or staying right where we're at and like fireballing in to get their attention, because that's what fireballs do, and then
Right.
trying to hold the line.
Well, I was actually going to go in and backstab the old staffy mage guy over here, as I recall, too, to make sure that he didn't get in on the action.
If you want to put yourself in there without backup, go for it.
But it's kids. There's no one armed in there. He's the only one.
No, there's
correct
armed
me
in
if I'm wrong on that one. They look armed because he used the same figures. But as I recall, it's much
I
as
could have sworn those are the adults we're looking at. The kids aren't pictured.
That's correct. That is
But
correct.
are the adults actually armed with things?
Yes, the adults are all armed. Now, as I may have mentioned, now they're not armed with anything like particularly, I mean, they're like ragged short swords and like, daggers and things like that. So there's nothing that seems crazy except for the shaman that was mentioned before in here. And the shaman actually has a robe and a staff. But other than that, everyone else is pretty much like the same. And then there's a few of them, and I mentioned this as well, there are a few of them as well that are, that look to be sort of smaller and maybe with the wisps of beards on their faces. And they look like basically half orcs. And if you had to guess, it looks like dwarf orcs, and and that sort of confirms what you had heard coming into this, that there's been some crossbreeding going on with these dorks. Yes.
Which is, no, dwarks. You got to say it right. Not dorks. Dwarks. Okay.
Dwarks, right. I still want it to be dorks just for no reason.
It's your world, so.
Yeah.
There you go. Dorks. In my world, it's dorks. So anyway.
So that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I prefer not to go in all by myself, but I don't want the
It's a little late for that.
cat. Well, no, I'm out here Becker with you guys. I'm actually out of there. I'm like, this is what I
Yes,
saw.
I see your ninja thing
Exactly.
right there.
I'm Ninja Boy right there.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, invisible. No, I'm still here, guys. Don't hit me. So, the question is, how do we start this off? But we should probably really think about enacting a plan fairly soon before someone comes out here to take a whiz and says, hey, there's people out here.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, we can't stand here talking for like an hour. So,
That is correct.
The fireball will bring everyone in. The question is, we have to get somebody, maybe me, over here to make sure no stragglers try to escape. Yes, I know this one is a problem, but you guys can reach that where I'm more worried about this.
I'm not so
Just-
worried
we
about
just-
people getting
I
out.
think we
I'm
just
worried
have to
about
deal with it.
backup, like coming in.
Mhm.
Because
Right,
if you
absolutely.
do put anyone over there trying to keep people from, it really depends on how much the fireball will take out at once. Because if anyone's trying to hold that position that I just marked, then and backup does come, and we didn't clear everything out in the first round, then you're going to be in a pincer spot, and that's going to hurt because
Right.
these guys have sharp things. But the main debate last time was whether or not we wanted because the first round is going to be chaos and rampant death, hopefully, and then it's all about the fallout from the first round because we're gonna get a surprise round on them. So
Literally and otherwise, the fallout, the ash falling from the.
yes. So it's either we do the fun times, fireball fun times, and everything in here dies, and then we try to hold the position here, which is my preference, because we can stack our fighters there, and I can put a flaming sphere here in front of them to hold things back. Plus, I can sculpt the spell to where it won't ever hurt them. Whereas I think Ceres and I forget. I know Ceres was wanting to like charge in here after the fireball, take those guys out too, and then hold this spot here.
Right.
Which if it goes flawlessly, perfectly valid. We would be a little bit further in. We'd be entrenched. We wouldn't have to worry about anything else like coming from back here. We could really just 300 it and hold them down in that spot. But the only issue with that is that we'd have to rely on all of our rolls working and everything we see right now being dead, which I think is ridiculous for our group to expect.
I mean, I
that
think
to
you guys can always rely on your rolls. I don't know what you're talking about. I think it always works out well.
Thing is-
We can roll. Everything else is up to the
The good thing is that we can see the impact of the fireball before we decide to run in there.
right.
That is true. Although if it ends up that way, then I will be left backwards.
So Leo,
I'll have to catch up with you in the next round.
what is the damage on your fireball? It's now 5d6, right? Is that correct?
Look at it. It's
Snake, what's up, Snake?
66 in a
Nice.
20-foot radius.
Okay.
That's another question. Arv, a 20-foot radius, that you would say that's enough to cover this room, right?
Yes, it will not. It will not hit the room next to it. Like there'll be a little bit of blast out, but yeah,
long as it
I would say
covers-
if you target it in the middle, it will definitely cover a bunch of them. Now, again, that obviously what happens is there's damage done, and they're going to have to. You'll have to double. I'm going to have to double check and see, but I think the description of the spell. I have to see whether or not you save against fireball or not. But that may.
Hold on, I've got it right here.
You get a save, but it's only half damage if you save.
Yeah, DC 16 versus Dex, half on save.
So I mean, if you rolled 6, and they saved, I mean, like, so it's that's
Yeah, but
quite
then you're rolling
that's a
6
series
one
of
time.
unfortunate events,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Oh, I'm going to need a fireball damage macro at some point.
well, so Leo, don't you have one or two of those memorized? You just hit them with both of them at once.
I have one because we also have haste.
Yeah. Oh yeah, haste. Haste. I mean, yes, of
So
course.
I can make one of you awesome after this, but that's about. That's what I prepared for. I didn't know we were fighting an orc army
That's
today.
okay.
Whenever I read my book.
No, that wasn't really the plan either for us. So yeah. So I think
This is going to be an interesting first fireball. So thanks for putting this together after I got that spell. It'll be a memorable one.
I figured you'd want to be in the deep end of the pool or the
Yes.
lava.
well, guys, I think are we ready? We're just gonna kind of go for it, right?
I think so. Hey,
No.
Fing, I saw you rolled some dice. Are you actually like live and on mic now? So I can have someone
Fine.
else.
Troll Master.
What?
Fumicus,
Thought I heard him.
game calling Fum.
So he
Game
just
calling.
so literally he sat down, rolled 20-sided dice, and then got up and left again. That was his sole
Go
contribution.
get some food.
He's like, I'm here, 20-sided dice. I'm out.
He's like, just
Yeah,
pick
we just take
for
the next
all my
20
actions
attacks. Those are his dice rolls.
Yeah, right. You want me to count through them? Let's see, 1, and then let's see, we got 18, 12, then 2, then 18, 29. Ooh, there's 3 3s in a row. That'll be fun.
Oh, okay. Foom's in chat.
Oh, I see it. I see
okay.
There we go.
I seem to have been muted there.
it. What's up, Foom?
Yes.
Not too
Oh.
much. Sick as hell.
Oh, you're sick. Oh,
Sorry to hear
man.
that.
Are you
What's
able
about
to
kidneys? been sicker.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go from 60 degrees down to, I think yesterday was 10 degrees at night within a week.
Yep, that good old Midwest.
Fun times in Minnesota.
Yep.
All right. Well, say hi to the lovely people in chat, and you just want to quickly introduce
What's up,
yourself
chat? Foom, drunken cleric. Hi.
and also Reverb, but don't forget Reverb. Bring up Reverb.
Yeah, new channel, just a week in, running a live channel for Reverb, variety stuff, getting back into developer interviews and all that fun stuff. So it's been cool.
Sweet.
Cool. Awesome.
It was very fun.
So, Foom, while you were out, we elected you to lead the charge.
I was asking if you want me to maybe try plant growth, or maybe I could cast light on something.
Why don't you get light on a plant and throw the plant into the middle?
I tell you what, I want to test your skills here. I'm going to toss my little fireball seed in there. I want you to light it up for them before it gets there, just so we can see where it's going.
I'm about to say,
Extra sparkles.
I don't want lichen and moss to grow twice its normal size. That doesn't really help us very much.
So he's basically using like a tracer. Is that what you're talking about? Like there's something to think. Like it's like the spotter. Like all right now.
Anything to take the finger pointing off of Solio. I think that's what's really going on here.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? Just try and like mark a pebble that's in the middle of all of them, so that hopefully they even like group up even more. Like, what's the shiny? And then boom happens.
Yep, exactly.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It wasn't insanely late, Fury. It's been coming for a few days. I can feel it. It's just a nasty head cold. No craziness just
Good
yet.
times. Good times.
All right. Well, so if you guys are ready to go, then you should head on in and decide how you want to do it. How are you guys going to set this up?
The mage is dropping.
Or do we just get
claim and then we charge in? That's my plan.
All right. Well, why don't you guys position your figures such that can happen? Because I need obviously, and I'm not going to shoot over the heads of people.
Go.
So
he gets you over the head of me. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Wow, you're not going first, Samuel. What's the deal?
Someone's gonna have to move up.
I'm just flanking this door in case they come running out or something.
I don't think you can shoot that over massive.
I do not feel like getting singed at all, so I'm not even going to be there until shit goes down.
Fang has got it exactly right. What's this shiny thing? They all gather around the plant.
That's right. I can only hope.
You can shoot that over dwarf, right? I'm guessing you can't shoot that over human.
Yeah, I can shoot over a dwarf. But we might need to move up a step or two more or something. I don't know what my angle of view is from my exact spot right now. Oh, there we go. A little bit.
What are you doing, kitty?
Yes. So you'll be able to basically you would be able to target from where you are. Let me trace the line.
I'm gonna click exactly where I want this thing to hit. So
All right,
you tell me
let me
where
see
I have to be. Right in the middle of that.
Okay.
I'll do it again.
So
Noise.
you can do that. Your guy's just going to be sliding to the left-hand side of the square that you're in, but that's basically doable. And then you should be able to do that as well. Now, the other thing is too that still this is kind of there's a lot of loud noise here, obviously, as they're in the process of yelling and shouting and doing all that kind of stuff. So they're not going to be able to. They're not going to hear anything until the actual thing explodes. When it explodes,
good.
Great.
That will change
All right,
things.
but I have a question. Dom is leading. Can two people get into the corridor leading into this, or is just only room for one?
Technically, they could get in, but it's a tight squeeze. There'd be no way to function like as. I mean, you could walk next to each other, but you could not wield weapons or do anything with any efficiency because it's about somewhere between 5 and 10 feet wide, probably about 7 feet wide. So you guys could get in there, but there's not a lot of room to move.
But Dom could still be in front of me doing his shield wall thing while I can be behind him and go get fireball.
Though I would recommend that his shield be kept low as
fireball,
possible. Exactly.
I just need to move to you guys to this side right here, right where I just.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty much.
Do you have a horned helm,
problem.
Dom Doors, so that he can
No,
use it as a sight? Like just put the wand between.
Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Zap. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, you may. You don't have initiative going on yet. You might in a moment. We'll see.
Might.
You might in just a moment. All right.
Okay.
You may proceed.
Salil, cast hell.
Okay, this is let me check. DC 16 versus Dex.
Okay.
I'm gonna toss a fireball in the middle of everything. And God bless you, damage, please.
All right. So.
Not bad.
No.
That's actually.
And
I think it's
my
right
turn is
around
not
average,
done
isn't it?
yet. It's hold on, it's saying rolling the dice.
It showed
I
up,
rolled
but it's not
never
saying
wants
how
to. Never wants to. Okay, there we go. Okay. And immediately I take a step back.
Okay.
So I did my job and I'm getting the hell out.
All right.
Your
So-
turn.
So this massive fireball goes off in the middle, and actually 17 is literally half of what you could have got. I mean, it's like 1 point below, right? Because the average would have been 18. So so it goes off right in the middle of them, and it certainly has the effect you expected in the sense that everyone immediately is conscious of something else, like being blown off their feet. So at this point now, we're going to see, I'm going to make a bunch of rolls to see if they save versus
Way to
text.
say hello.
And hold on a second, I need to pull up my little roller, my
And
Watsu
good luck
roller.
keeping track of that one, Arv.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
30 guys in there.
I'm sort of torn
we're
between
gonna
wanting.
kill half of them.
I'm torn between wanting to see an epic battle and wanting to have fewer things to keep on my sheet. So we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see what actually happens.
But
here.
not all of them are going to save. How many hit points do they?
I would say any fight that starts with a room full of orcs.
I'd say that the dorks go and the orcs will live.
Yeah,
that's a pretty epic fight.
although if they get the dwarvish con bonus, that may not be
Well, this is dexterity. Well, it's not con though. It's dexterity, right? Is the
yeah. I'm just saying if they have a bonus to their constitution means more hit points to.
They have to
No,
go
I'm saying
through
don't
it.
talk about such things in front of the DM.
No, he had the hit points worked out. Relax. It's Arv. He's organized.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Not like me, who needs it all the time when I do.
Yes, that's good. Kiss his ass more. Like I love that.
I don't know. I mean, we got to keep that into account.
I don't think I want in sleep deprived all the time. He's a lot more fun this way.
What was I going to say? The DC is what again? 16, 15 or 16?
16. 1 6.
Okay.
16. I'm just pulling your leg in. I'm your fun all the time.
I'm just waiting for they all live.
Yeah, every single one makes it safe. No.
Yeah.
Butt clench is real at the moment.
Okay. All right. So
I love how on the cast my little like face avatar thing is just looking at him like what are the saves, man?
yep. So here we go. I'm going to take out the ones you guys will see, the ones that are burned to a crisp. You will see this one by one.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, blades are going.
This is actually more like.
I'm loving it. Loving it.
So far so good.
Wow.
4. Now the other ones all made their saves, and the other group, 2 of them slumped to the floor. So the 2 that are left are alive and blown back on the ground and going, what the hell just happened? So that's basically what we've got. So we've got 2 ones that are left and prone. Now, this happens, and you guys will have an opportunity now to run in. Basically, that happened. You'll have an opportunity to each take essentially 1 turn. So you'll have 1 surprise turn to do something before everyone else is reacting as a consequence. So,
Awesome.
yes. So you
That's my
guys will
premature
have-
maging though, guys. I've spent myself.
Yes.
We can all move in like at the same time, basically, Arv, is what you're saying?
That is exactly right. Hey, Pickles. So you got to make now. So you guys can go in whatever order you like. You still obviously don't know what's going on to the left here, but you know that the fireball didn't get out there. You know that this room is just singed flesh. There is the smell of, you hear a massive explosion, then you hear this horrific smell of burned orc flesh, which is not a pleasant smell. And this sort of, this sulfurous, smell just sort of pouring out of the mountain at you, smoke. It is difficult to see, incidentally, at the moment because of the smoke. It will clear, presumably relatively quickly, but it's not going to be easy to, see from a long distance. So, with that said, you guys can go whatever order you like.
One more important question, Arv. At this point, I believe I am still invisible, correct?
You are invisible, yes. And in fact, how long does the invisibility last for him, Solo?
I think it was an hour.
Oh, an hour? Okay. Yeah, and
Yeah,
until an offensive action is taken.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Or
yes.
1
So then,
hour.
yes.
Or
You
not
were
even
still.
close, yes.
You were still invisible. Yes. All right.
Tom, is that you moving?
No, that looks like Foom. Oh no, it's not Foom.
No, me putting markers. I think I'll go right and go at these guys.
I like that.
Yeah,
I thought that was like some
straight up-
dwarven laser you were using. Like I
straight
will
up
shoot right in
charge.
that.
So yeah, I'm pretty much just charging up here and swinging, swing. Actually, I might
Going to
go.
be here.
I'm gonna go the one at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of my idea too. I just want to run in and bash one of the prone ones in the face
They
with my
don't get
mace.
away. I'm waiting for the shaman to come out if he decides to be dumb enough to do that, and my swords are out. But I'm going to hold my action, Arv.
Okay, so you're looking specifically for the shaman, just sort of staring in.
Yep.
Okay, because I can tell you what you see now is all of the heads of these orcs are swiveled towards the doorway. Or at least I shouldn't say that, the ones that you can see. So right now you can barely make out this guy, and that's pretty much it. No one else has had a chance to react yet.
That's fine.
So,
I
all
will
right.
hold.
So there's that, and then Foom is up, and then Dom is up. Okay, so Dom said that he was going first. So Domdor, go ahead and make your roll on the prone guy. You have advantage on him because he is currently down on the ground.
Sweet.
Down on the ground, smoking and injured. Other than that, things are great for him.
Is there any
So
way
I actually attacked twice, so I have 4 rolls. I get to keep the highest
Yeah,
advantage.
nice.
Okay.
Arv, is there any way I could like delay the move action my turn to where like I let them go first after the fireball and then I like walk in?
Yes.
And like
So I get an 18
I didn't know quite how
Yeah,
that
that's
worked.
fine.
for the
Okay,
first attack,
the 18 will hit.
and I'll just do damage for that.
Probably gonna, yeah, you know.
That's 11 damage.
Super dead.
Super
he
dead.
was
He's
already
not
injured.
dead.
That's super dead.
He's
He's gone.
Super dead.
Okay.
I like super dead.
Can I continue moving and swinging at that one? Because
Yes, you can.
Yes.
The double attack. Yeah.
I may as well. May
You're
as well.
close enough. You're close enough that you could have done it, as a second attack. So yes.
Domdor's so pissed over all his missed attacks earlier. He's just going crazy.
will pay.
Take it
Domdor
out on the
surprisingly
poor
effective on
brute.
prone burning creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
This one's is 16.
That will hit. Also dead. All right, Foom, you line up for an attack, and then you realize your guy's already dead.
Yeah, awesome.
Now that's the way it's supposed to go.
All right, so far so good. So we have got still. So we have got Samil has still got to go. Jeannie is hanging out here, and Inam, you can move in. You said after the last person moves in.
Yeah, after,
Okay.
like delaying until everyone else goes in ahead of me, and then I'm gonna like saunter in.
All right, Samil. So it's up to you then.
So I'm gonna move right over here, and I'm gonna wait for someone to come out and like baseball swing him back inside.
Gotcha. All right, baseball
I'm a
swing it goes.
living
Right
horizontal guillotine.
now at this point,
He's got a baseball stance.
What is our resident rogue down there done?
First of all, the resident rogue is up here. Thank you very much.
Or not? He looks so
Optic.
roguey in this thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a
The ninja.
mage with me.
Optic.
What is
Rogie
he
in the
done?
swirling purple cape. Yeah, Rogie. Sure.
so Inam, you
I'm
move
playing
in.
too much Assassin's Creed apparently. No, is he doing anything too? Because I would wait for him as well.
No, they're basically both. He and Samil are doing the same thing, which is waiting for someone to go through the passage, and then
That
attack
case,
with great
we will
prejudice.
go to this corner.
All
That's
right.
where I'm set up shop.
Okay, sounds good. And I will put for the moment Jeannie here, standing by the entrance. Actually, I guess I'll move him up here.
Also, now that I'm here, can I see down these corridors?
Yes, but at the moment you are occupied. That's going to happen on your turn because you were occupied with
Okay.
moving and attacking twice with creatures on the
Sure.
ground. So we'll do that on your turn. And speaking of turns, let us all roll initiative, please.
Alrighty.
Initiative time. Critical hit. Amen. Double damage.
Job. Done.
That's better. Nice. Nice.
Oh wow. Okay,
Oh,
Dang.
I like this. This
Wow.
works.
Samil.
The frustration is, as you said, it's for real.
Boiled over.
It's like, you will
I
pay
don't
for
like going first though. I like going later on.
You can always delay an action if you need to.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Look at you, Inam, thinking for yourself. You don't need.
this. Okay, what do we got? So let's see. Fing has got initiative of 9. Okay. Kate is 19.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Soliel is 17. And Soliel, where did I put you, Soliel? Oh, there you are. And Samil is 20, so he is ready. He is born ready. Okay. So let's see, am I missing somebody? Well, Domdor gets initiative 6. And he's so happy that attack. He's just sitting there like that part of Army of Darkness. He's just like,
Dom. Still going here.
It's tremendous. Okay.
I'll wait for my initiative.
Yeah, give me just 1 second here.
I think he's enjoying the smell of burnt orc a little too much.
Yes.
In the morning.
In the
That is
morning.
correct.
Yes.
Fireball, surprisingly, always a good strategy. Okay. So, Samil, you were up first.
Yep. I'm going to remain in home run stance.
Okay. All right, so you're going
Wait for the
wait
first
for a moment.
lucky
Samil
contestant
at the
to find out
bat.
what's behind door number 1.
Okay. All right. Cade.
What I wanted to ask you, Arv, during that time, even with Domdor's crunchings and smackings and laying waste of things, could I hear anything in the next room going on? Muttering,
No.
screaming, shrieking, nothing?
No. What you heard in the other room was the leftover of the rumble from the fireball that just obliterated most of the people in that room. So they have not even had a chance to react. Now, coming on your turn, you can start hearing, because it's only, remember, it's probably about 8-10 seconds after it's happened. So now, and there's also still smoke, it's very difficult to see anything. So what you hear just now is people going, and you start hearing sounds like, sort of guttural sort of yellings at each other in what sounds like Orcish. By the way, who knows Orcish? Does anybody know Orcish?
I believe
Not you.
Let me look. I do know Orcish.
You do know Orcish. Okay, so you hear something which roughly translates to, "What the hell was that?" Basically, and then you hear someone else say, "Shut up, you fool." That's basically all you get. But the rest of you just hear a bunch of guttural, sort of not even yells, but just sort of things like that. You do hear what sounds like higher voices that are muttering, and Soliel, it sounds something like, "What's going on? What happened? What's going on?"
Oh God!
Let's kill some babies.
Where's Uncle Joey at?
What happened to Daddy?
The dark side of adventuring. Oh, like Sleeping Angels. Spare
Yes.
no one. On that, Arv, I will also hold my action until something peeks its crazy little head out the
Got you.
passageway.
All right, Soliel, you're up next.
I'm going to delay a ray of frost.
Okay. For the first thing that comes through that somehow survives the baseball swings. If you're doing that, if you're going to do that,
And the sneak attack, thank you very much.
And I'll even put the little extra qualifier in there. I'll wait until like an extra half a second or so. So
I'll duck and roll after I
if
swing.
something comes out there and immediately stops being a something and it becomes a corpse, then I will just.
okay. You will need to position yourself a little differently though, because in front of you is Samil, so you won't be able to just like shoot the ray of frost through him, especially with the smoke.
Fair enough.
So you could move, probably if you wanted, you could move next to here if you wanted to get a clean shot.
Oh, so further over.
Right next to the finger.
Right here?
Yes, that's probably fine, yeah. And it basically, I mean, as far as you can see, is basically this square. Everything else is pretty obscured, just with lots of smoke still. Although it's starting to clear rapidly. Hey, Kilobyte, what's up, man? Okay, so we're doing that. Fing, that leads to you. What would you like to do? They did... The orcs, incidentally, as you can already tell, did not roll well. They're probably still wondering what the hell's happening.
All right. Since I missed my last attack, I am. Can I reach any of these guys in the other room here?
In this room? Mm-hmm. Yes. If you charge in, you could. Now, you don't actually know where they're positioned. At the moment, they could have positioned in different places. You don't actually know where they are. But this is roughly where they were according to when Cade came out and told you. So, because there's smoke in there, so you could come in there and then see what happens at that point.
All right. I'm charging in, looking for one of them somewhere.
Great idea.
Hey.
We all set up out here, and you're like,
The charging cleric. I have no problem with this. He's armored. He's protected.
I'm good. I'm good.
Just make sure you're not the first one out when I.
yeah, that would be very bad if you found something like orc or something. That'd be very careful.
If you want to, you can try to like pick one up and throw it my direction, and then I can, just throw it out the door or something.
Okay. So you charge in. Now, there's a little bit of good news and bad news about this situation.
Of course.
The good news is that you happen to see, and actually you can get one more square if you want, like if you got right there. That's pretty much, there is, you see
I'd rather
all of
not
these
just
creatures
run
are
in,
positioned more or less where they are. So you see these different guys here, but one of them specifically this one, who I don't have a cloak for, I'm sorry. But he does not seem to be in the same spot. And as you charge in here, you hear a strange muttering, sort of like a, muttering in tongues or something like that. And then you feel what feels like icy cold chills going up and down your back. And I will need you, please, to make a saving throw versus wisdom. So I'll need you to make a saving throw versus wisdom.
Yeah, you're the party's healer. Go for it. Yeah, charge in.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry about it.
Hey, cleric versus shaman showdown. Look, I want some popcorn, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we're just out here just chilling out, watching the show.
He's in there chilling, so it's all good.
Oh, not 20 d20s, not 20 of them.
I pass every wisdom check ever with my 400 that I roll.
Boom, it's not a saving throw nuclear blast, okay?
Okay. And then can you add your wisdom to that, a modifier if any? That's 4, so 14.
That's with it added.
Okay. So what happens is you are suddenly absolutely 100% deathly afraid. So what happens is you come running into here, and you actually run up here before you see the guy that you could attack. Then you hear that chill, and all of a sudden you are possessed with an absolute desire to get the hell out as fast as possible. So you promptly turn around and run way the hell out again. But as you are running away, the guy up here gets a swing at your back en route. Because you have left yourself open for attack of opportunity because you are running like hell to get away. You're also screaming in fear like, oh God, no, please God. You fear like spiders and snakes, spider snakes that don't believe in alcohol, like just the worst fearful, like you could not have anything worse.
Teetotaling spider
Yes,
snakes.
it's
Terrible.
just-
It's
yes.
terrible.
Wait, is it snakes with spiders' legs, or is it?
It's like a
or is it
snake
spider?
spider crossbreed, like a snake with eight legs around each body part of his body. It's really it's like a
What the
centipede snake spider that doesn't drink. And so is an 18 going to hit your AC from?
Nope.
All right, so he misses barely. You have a 19 AC, really?
Yep.
Nice. Well, it misses
He
you.
is well honored.
And so you go screaming out of the room. And so now what happens is you come zooming past this way. Now, as you guys come,
So help me God if you
zooming
guys
past
hit
this
me.
way, I'm going to ask
yelling, so-
both of you guys, both Cade and Samil, to make a perception check. But you're going to get +5 in your benefit on either side because he is yelling loudly.
Dex or charisma. So let's just make a standard.
Thank God I said I was delaying it an extra second so I can make sure.
So is that int or whiz? Arv?
That would be perception. In this case, would be int. It'd be int on this one.
Thank you. Okay. And then +5 you said as well. I didn't
Correct.
add that in, so never mind.
That is
definitely.
that is
I realize-
obviously clearly Fing. You know Fing from every.
I'd recognize that shrieking anywhere.
That was holding on that one for a minute, Samil. However,
I smelled the beer
18.
coming out in front of me.
18.
yeah. So you guys are both aware that this is clearly Fing, and Fing
He
comes
runs in, he
screaming
runs
out of the
out.
highlight. Just and you guys see as he goes by that his eyes are wide. He looks like he has seen this Orcus. He looks like he sees Orcus like vomiting snake spiders at him. Like he just looks so horribly horrified. He just he
It's
just
the
can't even
return of
take it.
Prohibition.
Yeah.
No.
And then
Exactly.
he gets here and turns, and he comes charging towards Genie, and he's only going to get here before that's as far as he gets this turn. He is running full bore towards Genie. Doesn't look like he's trying to attack him. It's looking like he wants to get out, like right now, at all cost.
Well, that's not great.
Okay, Domdor, it is your turn. You're up. You just saw this happen.
So I may have accidentally clicked the X on the tab button there when I was trying to switch from the chat to this.
Yes,
Sorry, my screen really
that's
out.
okay. It just means I need to switch up you. You have become Sod, and Sod has become you for a moment. So I will address that problem.
My bad.
It's all right. I can handle it.
Foom, if I could have, I would have instead of chopping your head off, embraced you in just a big bear hug. Just come rolling back through that door. Just come here,
I
buddy.
think we're just
Oh, you
shocked
did
to
it.
see
Oh,
him
you did it.
come running back in. That's
That's
funny.
And- okay,
That's funny.
I am.
now you're good. All right. So what's it gonna be, Dom?
I'm just thinking, should I tackle him down just to get him to calm down? Can I quickly just see what do I see up there and there?
Oh
while
yes.
this
Okay.
is
Yes.
it just a corridor?
Let me take care of that. It is a corridor. Yes, I will extend that for you. Just give me a second here. Reveal. There we go. Reveal areas. There we go. Literally that far, and then it bends off to the right, to the east.
Okay, so it's just all right.
It's a corridor.
The important thing is anyone charging down it at him. I think that's really the big question as far as I think you should be concerned.
I think I might. Can I do a? I think I should just do like a listen check to see if you can hear anything down like this corridor.
You can do that if you like.
That would take up my action, wouldn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
yes, it would.
Over Fing shrieking, over Foom shrieking.
Yeah, everything. And also
I was going to
the
say, you
certain
do hear someone shrieking his head off, and it sounds very much like Fing. You've heard this before.
Actually, I got an idea. Can I walk up and just slap Fing?
Can you walk up and slap him? Well, the thing is, right now he's running. So I mean, like it's not that he's stopped.
Running and facing him and slap him.
Okay. Well, so what you'd have to do is run up to him, spin him around, and slap him. And you might be able to do that, but you would have to make basically an attack roll, essentially. So that you can
that's
grab.
fine, that's
Essentially,
fine.
it's a roll to grapple. Basically.
I'm gonna run up and slap him.
All right. So you're going to do that. Now, you also have to roll to hit his AC, basically. Hey,
Yeah,
Rippin, what's
I know.
up?
This is gonna be interesting. Good thing is I'm a fighter and I have proficiency in slapping people.
Plus
Okay,
5 to
come on.
slap.
Come on. Yes, critical.
So
Friggin' slap me back.
Slap
again.
it.
So yeah. So you spin him around, and you're like, whoops, like and you guys just hear this, like right across the face, and you see like Fing staggers back, right? And Fing is like, you slap him, so Fing's eyes are just like this as you slap him. He's like, oh, and then he's like he's not angry, he's just like still horrified. So he's basically like doing one of these things where he staggers backwards.
That didn't like snap him out of it.
Nope. No, it sure didn't.
Oh my god!
But it was funny. It was
That was
funny.
a magical slap. Come on.
We need to slap him more, guys. We need to slap him more. Next person
No, what
up.
the slap did was let me show you what the slap did.
Knock him out.
What the slap actually did was throw him back against this wall. So what he's now doing is like essentially back, like you just banged him against the wall. And so now that left you essentially standing here. So now you're looking at him. He is not moved yet because you just threw him out of his move and threw him back against the wall. And so now we're going to see what happens from there. But yes, he is now. He's at
Quick,
least
line
not
up
going
like
to
an
be able to do it.
airplane.
Critical slap. Yes. Okay.
Warp slap.
It's like one of those slow motion ones that you see a perfect handprint. It's like that.
Okay. So now you guys
It's like
hear.
perfect.
So what you guys now hear then is you hear some sounds, and I'm gonna let's see. It's sort of hard to hear over Fing's insane gibbering, but you think you might be able to hear something. Particularly Cade might. So Cade, and I'll actually give Samil a check too. But Cade and Samil, both of you guys are going to be making this check at -3 because you have a man screaming in your ear, basically, for a perception check here to see if you hear what the sounds are.
Okay.
Good luck, Cade.
Thank you.
Wow,
Boom.
not
keep
messing
coming up-
around. Okay.
Keep coming up 0 for some reason, which is really weird.
So what you hear is the sound of what sounds like Orcish, and you don't speak Orcish, right, Cade?
No, I don't.
So you hear mutterings, and it sounds like this, like.
You realize now, well, there's
And
my
it's
roll
getting
going,
quieter.
totally
You notice that it's getting quieter, and then it seems to be hushed. So it's like there's a lot of loud, and then all of a sudden it seems to be hushed, and now you don't hear anything.
I'm still invisible, so I'm gonna peek around the corner and see what I can see through the, through this little thingy here, like, yoink, like that, so I can see what if anything do I see from my vantage point. They
Okay.
can't see me.
So what you end up seeing is, and I will, let's see. Right now let's see. I don't want to remove these guys entirely. I'll just move them up here. They are not in this place that I'm putting them. Okay, I'm just putting them here so I don't forget about them. You do not see anybody. All the creatures in this room seem to be gone at the moment.
As if they were shuffled back, perhaps, into here and to hide. Indeed. It's still kind of... Oh, wait, this is just on our listening check. All right, so we haven't actually gone yet, have we?
That is correct. This is actually on.
Perfect.
Well, you've
Perfect.
gone. This is actually so far what you heard from them. Also, in the distance, you also hear this, dong, dong,
Crap.
dong, dong, like that, just ringing, very low sound, going over and over again.
The old
So what was our
alarm has been
goal in this
raised.
area again? Besides just burning a bunch of orcs alive?
Well, we're
I'm going to
supposed
do
be-
that and get out.
We're looking for something in here, aren't we, Arv?
Yes, you're looking to find well, theoretically, maybe an elemental altar that has one of those keys. So
That's it. That's it. Yes. So besides the orc slaughtering, we're looking for that too.
now I should say too that the bell, you can't really tell. It doesn't sound like it's the room next to you. And it's conceivable that it's not even related to your action, because it wasn't. It seems like it's not. I mean, you don't know. I mean, because it's not like you saw like a bunch of like doors opening in the sides
It's
of the
dinner
room.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have no idea, but it definitely is a low sounding bell. And Domdor, when you hear this, it does sound to you the sound that a bell. It sounds very much like a bell that is often used underground. Typically, you know that when dwarves use either an alarm system or they're calling people to dinner or whatever, they tend to use a low timbre bell because bass actually travels much farther than treble. So you use a low sound that kind of rumbles through the caverns. So you feel it as much as hear it. And it could be coming from way deep. It could be coming from a few rooms over. But it does sound very much like dwarvish bells that you've heard before. Not necessarily orcish bells, definitely dwarvish bells.
Now I'm thinking tubular bells. Thanks a lot.
I think that explanation was about a half hour long, and it gave us no information.
I'm here to help.
All I guess you do is make the joke that the dwarves are all about that bass. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And moving on. You're all weak,
Okay.
folks.
All right, that brings us up top to Samil.
All right.
Home run stance. There's no one in there.
For the rest of the game, just home run stance.
Done. I got
Yeah,
this.
eventually something's going to come out of here.
Or not.
A little squirrel.
All about that bass, no trouble. Exactly, Hollow. What's up, Cage?
All right, baby.
Okay, so I am gonna do what Thing did, kind of go in here a little more cautiously, though.
Oh, I love this. I'm loving this. This is great.
You
Go,
see,
go.
so now the smoke is mostly cleared out. There's still a little bit of wispy, smoke here and there, but mostly it's cleared out. You see nothing other than you see this passage. As I said, there's no creatures there, so forget about them. You see nothing other than that, though, and you don't hear anything either. Maybe make a perception check. This one is going to be at -1. You can still hear Fing, but he's a little bit more. His massive screaming is a little bit quieter.
You bring more quietly now.
It's 15.
Okay. So you are actually able to hear what sounds like maybe whispered, like, but you don't know exactly where. You can't entirely pinpoint where it's coming from, except somewhere from here. You know it's coming over in this direction, but you don't see anything down there.
I think Cade's right. I'm going to position myself right over here.
Okay.
Kind of, chilling out a little bit. Because I think they're back there somewhere, but I don't want to go in there without my team.
Good to see you, Demiser. Okay. All right. So you will do that. I'm getting a feedback again, John. Sorry.
Yep. Hold my action. Hold on a second. I mean, I'm going to go, but hold on.
I got you. Cage Wisdom, this is 5th edition that we are playing. What's up, Gizmeister Flex? And good to see everybody. We have 64 people here now, which is awesome. Good to see everyone here. You are watching Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. This is the aftermath of a big fireball that Soliel just blew in the room, and it seemed to have done its job of clearing them out. It did its
There
job
were a
of clearing
lot
them out.
more here just a few minutes ago, I promise.
Yes.
Oh, dang it.
That was
Is it good, Arv?
Yes, much better. Thank you. So, all right. So Samil now is in the home run stance. Cade, what about you?
Yeah, hang on. I gotta get my stupid map to work back. It's screwy. Every time I go out, it zooms down to 0. Since he didn't get pin cushioned or feared or anything, I'm gonna come up to here, still invisible, and see what I can see or listen. I'll make a perception check to see or hear anything from
Okay,
here. See if I
you can do
I'm
that
trying
again.
to pinpoint where the heck they are.
Still at -1.
Okay.
You can do that.
So let's even up. Not good. 6.
You don't know. I mean, it's
Okay.
you might hear some whisperings somewhere, but you wouldn't know exactly where. You can guess based on Samil staring intently, in that direction
yeah.
that maybe it's that way,
Echoey.
but
It's
you don't have
echoey.
any more information about it.
Okay. All right, that's it.
Okay. That's going to lead us up to Solil. What would you like to do, sir?
Oops, sorry.
I'm going to ready that same action as last time, but I'm going to do it after moving into here.
There are children in there, children.
Children. Be careful of the children.
Orc babies with
Will
diapers.
someone please think of the Orcish children?
The Chamber of the Ages. Anyone ever seen Star Trek Devil in the Dark? Classic episode. Okay, so you're going to go up there, and then you have Ray of Frost, I believe is what you said, right? That's sort of
Yep.
valid. Okay. Okay, and now, Fing. At this point, Fing, I need you to make a save. Again, you're going to be making a wisdom save again.
Okay.
You can do it.
What is it? I can't even see it.
This is being played on Roll20, Gizmeister. And you are still really, really freaked out, and you desperately want to leave by any means necessary. So you stand, and you see this guy who's dressed in a purple robe, and you're like, get this guy out of the goddamn way. So you essentially reach, and so what I need you to do here is make an attack roll, and what you're doing essentially is to shove him into Domdor and run the hell out. So that's basically what you're doing. And it's going to be an opposed roll, so I will make the roll for Ginny.
Laying hands on a party member.
Jesus.
Actually, you kind of want to suck at this thing because you don't want to
I get, yeah.
somewhere.
Oh boy.
Oh, sure. Way to go, Arv. Nice.
So you just sort of looks like, huh, and you throw him into Domdor, basically. And then you're able to run. Now, doing all that, because you also had to stand up and move, so you're able to get basically to here. I should not have you facing that way. You're basically able to get here, and you were again trying to run in that direction. Thank you for the follow, Silton. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Argonauts. There we go. Oops, sorry. That's the wrong guy. No wonder that was wrong. I was like, why? It's like, why is...
That was wrong. You should feel bad.
It was bad, and you should feel bad. Okay, there we go. There's Ginny. Boom. There's Foom. And there's... There we go. Okay. Good. All right. So that is that. Domdor, you are up. You have just... Ginny is like fallen into you, but you can move him off without any problem.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually tackle Thing if I can.
I got to
Hold
think
it
about
down.
that, Demiser. I'll have to think about that. Ask me in a little while, because there's been a lot of them. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm going to tackle Thing. So I'm going to basically hold him down
All right, you can do that.
if possible.
Yes.
So,
So go ahead and make an attack roll again. I like how your entire experience has been an American football game. You like make it a brilliant catch. You like tackled him. You like jumped
You're an
around.
All-American.
You're a running back. Yeah, you're like an all-American football player.
And thank you for not spiking me, by the way.
20, yes.
Well, so
nice.
you successfully do it. So so you guys see Domdor leap and tackle.
Pretty much
Thing.
like holding
Thing's like,
him
let me
down.
go, and then like lands the ground. So he is
Humble
on the
it.
ground, prone, successfully. And let's see.
Successfully proned him.
I ain't letting go until...
Wow.
Nice, John. That was
I
special.
get a good tight grip there.
Because he's going to run out screaming, right?
Nice.
And
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
tell the orcs that we're here, and we don't want that happening.
Yeah, so
That would be bad.
that's right. Okay.
I'm really enjoying Arv's depiction of him when he's like screaming and everything. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So that happens. Now, the next thing that you see is and the first one is someone appears back in the hallway, basically about here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Someone's getting jacked up.
They appear here,
Somebody on the case. That's right.
and they point at Solil, and it's the shaman Solil you can see.
Lure him
Now,
out.
as he
Lure him out, buddy.
appears, Solil, you'll have an opportunity to shoot off your Ray of Frost because you can see him now. So you'll have an opportunity
Nothing
to
like
do that.
mage bait.
But he points at you, so go ahead and make your attack.
Check.
Get him, Salil. Get him.
That's right, man. Take him out. Take him out.
Attack. There it is.
Thank you for the follow, Gizmeister.
Nice. Roll.
All right, that is going to hit. Damage.
Shaman's about to eat it
That's right, man.
right in the face.
He's about to freeze it, actually.
That-
You're gonna freeze
right.
it, freeze it.
Movement speed reduced by 10 as well. Initial, whatever this is.
He can flee us more slowly.
Okay. So yes, he's frozen, and he looks. He's like you hit him pretty badly. He's like he sort of staggers back, and then he points, and he says, and he points at you, and he says, "Run!" And you feel this sort of presence in your mind, Solil, that is telling you that you should really, really run away. Now you have to make. Now you're going to have to make a save to see whether this works. This one is an intelligence check, so you're
Yes!
going to save to see whether or not you were able to. Save
Tom's got
against
another
it.
one coming, man. Another one's coming for the door, bro. Get ready. Gotta sit on both of them.
Yeah,
I know
Dom-
he's gonna get. I don't know how he's gonna get past this when we're like completely.
I'll just trip over them. It's
We're
fine.
gonna start calling you the bouncer. Is what we're gonna do.
That's it.
That should do it. I would think. Maybe.
I don't know.
Let's see. Yes. You are. You feel that presence, that compunction in your mind, but then you're like, ugh, and you shake it off.
Okay.
But definitely there was something that was trying to get you to move, and the shaman looks pretty.
jerk.
The shaman looks disappointed. Also very cold.
Shivers of disappointment.
Both of those things.
sucks that you're still standing there.
With that, you hear a shouting, and you hear a creature charges around. Clearly, this was some kind of
Excellent.
quickly arranged plan. So as he emerges, first Samil, and then Cade will have a chance to attack. So
Beat
go ahead and
the
Samil
crap
make your roll
out of
first.
him.
And Samil, you're going to get +2 to this roll. Not advantage because he was expecting someone to be there, just not necessarily right there. So you're going to get +2 to this attack.
Okay.
This guy's still going down. It's not even funny.
What is that? I can't see it.
You got
That's
13,
a
bud.
15.
So
15.
15 total.
Okay,
That
good.
is going to hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And I do get. Well, does this count with a double attack?
This I'm assuming this is not a double attack because this is basically a home run stance, like waiting.
Right.
This
Okay.
is not the thing where you could set it that way. However, that's a lot of damage. He's not in good shape. That hurt a lot. So he looks like he's almost devastated by that attack. Like, I mean, he's like hanging on by a thread. He staggers backwards actually a space because of that. Like he just is like like this.
No, it's good. Hold your invisibility.
So
still
he's
within
able to
5
stagger
points.
back out of the way. Now you can. Basically didn't even have a chance to react, Cade, because by the he was already shot back because of how much damage was done.
Somebody. Yeah. exactly.
But the good news for you is that a second one comes storming up right behind him and comes
Get him,
screaming
Cade.
out the same way. This is all simultaneous. So the one comes, Samil hits him, the second one comes, and for this one, Cade, you have a shot to hit him if you like on this second guy.
Oh yeah. Now, is this just the ready attack or the full round of attacks?
This is the ready attack.
Okay. All right. That's fine. He's still within 5 feet. Some good old Samil. That's all I really care about. So this will be a sneak if at all possible. Assuming I tag.
Well, you're invisible anyway. That would be
yeah.
very sneaky.
Off the 15.
Well,
11.
That is not. Let's see. Now, did you count? You were
I
also
got
getting a.
it's all my bonuses. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wait. You say wait? They get a plus for the
+2.
Line. That's 13.
13 will hit.
Yay! And
I
there's
would
much
think you'd be able to
joy.
hit that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, no kidding.
13 will hit.
Kabam! Ooh.
Wow.
8.
Little explosion dice.
Oh, I'm sorry. 11. 13. Sorry.
35. What? Okay, 13 damage.
I got a 50.
I
45.
get him for a nuke's worth of damage, please.
180, Omaha. All right. He goes down. You basically devastate him. Also, at that point, your invisibility, of course, is now
Yes,
gone.
I am visible.
So you are
Damn
now
right.
visible, and all of a sudden,
Invisibility well spent.
everyone is
Oh, yeah.
there. And that is all that you see of those. And then the last one, actually, there is one more. Now this guy, so you hit him, he goes down, and then the third guy, this was all like 1, Samil Blam, 2, Cade Blam, right after the shaman came in, and then the third one comes steaming out. Now, at this point, none of you guys have already moved because, as I said, this is all happening simultaneously. And he runs basically directly at Soliel with his sword held high. And he's going to try to hit you. He is in full-out, straight-up charge. So he is like... And
Can I, monkey flip him?
No.
Just let him keep going.
I was going to say yes. Were you Bruce Lee or Chow Yun-Fat from Crouching Tiger and Dragon? Possibly, however. Let's see. This is 14.
Oh, I don't even want to look at my character sheet. I don't even want to look. What is it? 15! Screw you!
Okay.
How do you have 15?
All right, so he actually misses you.
Guys, that's the first time someone's ever thrown a melee attack at me, and my AC has been able to stop it.
Now,
How is your AC 15?
I don't know. Oh, my mage. I remember now. I picked up mage armor and I.
Okay, I was gonna say that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
It is
So-
on all the time. Yeah,
all the time.
Yep.
Now, you also
Nice.
need to make a strength check, Soliel, because he is attempting to not just attack you, but get past you. That's what the name of the charge was.
You just had to take this from me.
Stop him, Salil. We really don't want him to get out of there. Actually,
he's not going to be doing damage to you. This is whether he gets past.
I know, but I had my moment with my AC, and now you're like, hey, bring out your
I'm
strength.
like a boss.
I wish I could Yeah, I was about to say that's a 2 minus a 1. Not a 1.
So you're like, so you sort of do ole, and he goes, sort of screaming past you. Into the
No,
room.
essentially what that is he just started. He did the charge. I got the hell out his way. I'm like, yeah, go for it.
Yep, exactly. That was pretty much exactly what happened. Yes.
Crap! I offered 0 resistance.
that is exactly the case. Okay. All right, and let's see. Now the other bit of news here is give me 1 second.
Samil, can you take
okay.
these two? I gotta
So
take
the bell continues to go
over there.
The bell continues to dong for 2 more. You hear it dong another 4 times. Dong, 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 and then stops.
Oh, dinner must be served.
So it then stops.
Or the horde's coming.
And that leads us to back up to Samil.
Go time. I'm thinking Domdor, you can handle.
Anyways,
Yeah. So yeah, Ginny can pull a get over here on that guy.
Get over
I'm
here.
gonna go after. I can't reach the shaman, so I guess I'll take out this first guy.
Okay.
What's up, big boy? How you like that first?
Big boy.
Big boy, come here. Go time. Where's your children? 13.
Shit.
13 will hit.
the blood pictures, Samil.
This is their leather armor, not very strong. It's kind of ragged and not in great condition.
Noise.
15 damage.
He's very dead. Yes,
What you call
He's dead. Very dead.
he's very, very dead. And now you see behind him, you actually see the shaman in question. That guy was already pretty much devastated as it was. So now you see behind him the shaman, who's now looking rather concerned.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wink at him, and I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay,
can't-
that's
wait,
going to
don't
lead
you-
us
no,
up
don't you do it,
to
don't do it, it's good.
so
Samil, don't you do it,
Soliel.
it's good.
Sorry,
I do-
Cade. I'm sorry, Cade is up next. Cade, you're up.
So
Yep.
Samil, you don't have a second attack.
Well, I do, but
I don't
You
know.
can
if you
attack
can
and then
step
move
and
and
then do
then
it.
attack.
right.
Oh, all right,
It's
all
within
right,
5 feet. Yeah. Right.
all right. Well, you look like you got this guy well in your hand. I need to make sure this guy doesn't leave, so I'm gonna go chase down Speedy over there.
I mean, R, would you be okay with me using my double attack?
Well, that's the ability. The ability lets you attack, move, then attack.
Right. So
Exactly. So
that's-
do it.
So yes, you
please.
certainly could.
Yeah, that's the whole point. So
Yeah,
take
because he
your
went
turn.
down with that hit. I mean, remember that was the guy who had basically practically nothing left yet anyway, because you knocked him back already. So yeah.
Samil,
Okay.
cleave some shaman.
Here we go.
There you go.
Sucker's frozen. Put you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow,
22
that's
AC.
quite a hit.
And that's
I
Where's
think
the
there
shaman?
probably is Demiser. It might be a warlock spell.
the point is to keep him from casting, which you're doing quite nicely with your big sword.
Please interrupt him. It's 8 damage, by the way.
What's up, Quad Zero? Okay, 8 damage. He crumbles into a heap.
Nice.
So he
Icy
goes
heat.
down. He already looked kind of cold, and now he also,
Little cream pop.
yeah.
Now he's just going to get colder and colder.
exactly, exactly. All right. That now leads us to Cade. So Cade, what's up? What are you gonna do?
Run after this guy and charging out, and literally stabbing him in the back. I mean,
right.
literally as he's running away.
Okay, you can go ahead and do that. Now this is not going to be this is not a sneak attack, but it is from behind, so you'll get a +2 at this.
It's not going to help because I rolled a natural 1.
That will definitely miss. So you're like, and then you hit the.
So excited, I whiffed it. Yeah, exactly.
You did a pretty good job of showing the air who's boss, though. So
Although since I do get
about
since I do get 2 attacks, I'll actually take my second one now.
All right, because you can do that on a critical miss. Yeah,
Well,
that air will never bother anyone again.
That's right. I showed it who's boss. That's all I'm saying. This is secondary sword. Hold on a second. I think it's that one, or is that damage? Nope, that's damage. Where is my... screw it. I'll just figure it out. Duke. That's not it either. Stop it. Okay. Anyways, that is...
Oh, no.
Wow.
Clang. So you basically run up and you hit either side of the passageway you're in, like ding dong, like that.
Exactly.
And
it off. Yeah.
and
that's
the
our
sort of,
halfling.
the orc looks over his shoulder at you.
Well, is he still running away.
Still
yeah,
running, yes. As he's doing that, he does that, yes.
Wow.
Okay. So that leads us to Solil. You just saw this. You just did the Olay thing, and you hear clang clang, and then some cursing in halfling.
Yep.
So
Much.
Step down, turn around, and magic missile.
okay.
Magic missile.
Blow him off his feet.
Trying
Nice.
to. That's what you get for shoving me, you jerk.
So is that 11?
Yeah.
Yep.
Down he goes.
Everyone's like, yeah, let me actually calculate. Yes.
Down he goes. He drops. Okay, now
You know how bad this is?
that
Hold on, I
conveniently
can't-
leads us up to Fing, who has got to make another save. And Fing, at this point, you're making the save at a plus because the person who cast it is gone, but secondly, also you're getting farther away from the effect in time. So you're going to get a +3 on this roll to save. So go ahead and make your wisdom roll. So you're making a wisdom roll again, but this time you're adding 3 more
3 more. Okay.
in addition to what you normally would.
I mean, since Fing is almost always intoxicated, wouldn't that be like another bonus on top of it?
But you did not specify that he had even more.
He's used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of a sudden you're like, huh, and you shake it off, and you find yourself lying face down in the stone. There's a strong smell of sulfur, and you hear dwarvish grumbling behind you. And you're
You
not
got this
sure.
stinging pain on the left side of you.
And
I'm
that's-
wondering, like, he was so scared. He thinks he's seeing things. So he probably saw like a spider snake slap him, and he's like completely terrified.
Well, and dude, you're in armor, so it's not like it was an open hand. It was like open hand gauntlet, like totally biffing him. So, oh man, that's hilarious. Too funny. All right, everything cleared.
Okay, now so now we're not out of initiative yet. So Fing, you just have come to yourself. You now have control of your character, but that's not going to take effect until next turn. Domdor, you can take your turn if you like.
I'm gonna slap him. I still think he's under the
Do it.
Why won't you come?
Calm down. It's gonna be.
Fing's like, I'm fine. What?
Oh, 19. Wait, I have a double attack. I'm gonna do it.
Taking a double attack.
You gotta follow through.
Guys, I missed that.
14.
So on the second one, you realize that he might actually, be able to feel this now.
Here's the meme. Oh, that
Wake up,
meme is tremendous.
He pulled his punch a bit.
Oh god. So you're like, whoop-pow. You actually do take a point of damage from that, folks. You just got slapped badly twice. So you can take a point of damage, and now you're like, so now you see a very angry Domdor who just bashed you in the face for no apparent reason. You don't really know why, but that happened.
I'm just yelling, snap out of it. Snap out.
Okay, now you hear, you guys actually hear 2 things at this point. The first thing that you hear is you hear this bellowing sound. And it's this bellowing of, and then you distinctly hear something like, "Come on, you maggots! You'll pay if you don't move, you bastards!" Like that. And the next thing that you actually see/hear are you see a series of what look like more of the orcs tumbling out of this corridor to the bottom. Now, they look similar, except that they look exhausted. In fact, if you had to guess, you would assume that they've just woken up. You don't see any sign of who's doing the bellowing about calling them maggots, but there's definitely more, orcs here. And I am going to find you some of them right now.
These are orcs or dwarks?
So the first set that come pouring through.
Oh my god, they're huge.
Oh my god!
Continue to love that. Okay, so the first ones that sort of pour through.
How'd you fit out that door?
Doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Giant orcs.
Like that. So these guys come pouring through and paste. They look like paste.
Please say we get like a morality bonus because they see an entire room full of their people in a smoldering.
Well, they look exhausted. I mean, these guys, the other guys were sort of, busy fighting and stuff, but they did not look, I mean, these guys look a little bit, messed up somehow. So we've got that. Now, from this side up here, you see a massive orc that's 5,000 times, no. From this side up here, you see a bunch of other little orcs pouring through, but these look more like the dwarks. So basically, I didn't need to do that, sorry. These look more like dwarks.
Here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah. So as far as you can tell, and these are the guys that pour through here. So you've got basically 4...
Oh, second fireball, why did I not pick you?
So we've basically got, right now, you've got 4 of the dwarks, and you've got 5 of the orcs, and then whatever the bellowing thing is, you don't know yet, but there's something that was bellowing as well.
Okay.
What's up, Spongy? Yeah, Spongy. My schedule normally is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but I was on Thursday, but I was on late, and Friday I was on later because of just situations with like real life scheduling, basically. So I was on, but I was on later times, and the Saturday is because this is when we could arrange D&D. So it also was good because it was kind of making up for the fact that I couldn't stream very long on Thursday or Friday because real life, unfortunately, must take precedence. So that's why. But normally my stream is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and we should be back to that routine next week. Sorry. So that brings us back up to Samil. We're on the same initiative order, so that brings us back up there.
So for clarity's sake, that bell is still going on even whenever all these people...
No. The bell stopped last turn.
Bell stopped, okay.
Yep.
It was their alarm clock. Okay, got it.
Well, if there's any more
like
children
two
in
arms,
this corridor, I guess they can live another turn. I'm gonna move. I kind of fit right around there. Kind of
push your way through. Yeah.
This is roll 20, Quad Zero.
Thinking
For
if I
college
wanted
and homework. Yeah, exactly, Frosty. Except not, in this case, it's me assigning the homework to the college students and grading in particular, but also other family stuff. Okay, so Smeal, where are you going? I'm sorry.
I don't know if I really want to like move my character here because I'm going to get surrounded.
Okay.
So I think what I want to do is kind of like sit right, this is what I do in Baldur's Gate all the time. Sit right in this little outlet so I can't get surrounded. But I can also protect Mr. Magey Mage and the Rogue.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Now, the only way they'll be able to get off clear shots is you would have to be able to move either to let them get out of the way or to get out of the way so they can shoot, or you could move forward slightly, and then Cade, for example, could get shots as well. But like where you're standing right now, he'll have a hard time getting off a clear shot.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's probably,
that's fine. I'm just letting you know that that's the situation.
Right.
So.
I think that's still probably a better tactical decision. Would you think so, guys?
I'm probably going to call people back to me and make a choke point, to be honest.
What do you mean by that?
The original plan, we can just do it now, where if everyone backs up and gets in, well, okay, if everyone gets in this room for one, on
Oh,
this,
okay. I gotcha.
like in the space that you're occupying right now, I'd probably put a flaming sphere right here and guard us because I can sculpt it and let you guys shoot out, but still hold the ground.
And remind me what that spell does.
It makes a little ball that I can move around the field if I want, and like anyone that's in that space or around it takes damage at the start of their turn.
That's sick.
Or
There's one correction. It's like
basically I'll use it as like a phalanx.
It's actually a big ball. It's a big ball. Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
nice.
it's a giant, big flaming sphere of
Okay.
fire. And it's a concentration spell, so I can hold it there for a while.
Nice.
I think like a good minute or so. But yeah,
Yeah, it's up to 1 minute.
enough to where you can plink away at them, and if anyone tries to charge in, they're gonna burn.
And you can do that through, like, kind of around my character. You got that sculpting, I guess you said.
Yeah, I can't do it on this.
Back
If you're on, I'll probably have you. I'd be saying all this right now, like, hey, blah 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 blah. Like everyone get in here, type of thing. Probably delay it and then start it as soon as everyone's in here, and yeah, defense.
All right, cool.
All right. So Samil is where he is, and that leads us to Cade.
So I don't. I'm gonna say that I'm assuming I don't have an ability now to fire because he's kind of in my way. Is that correct, Arv?
That's correct. You can move now. You can move in front of him with no problem. Or you could theoretically, you could probably sort of, duck to his left. Like you could basically get a shot off maybe on this guy. Because you could actually get to the left of him and kind of shoot, the side
You
of
can
his body
shoot
and the
between the legs. Just
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
go too high.
yeah, right, exactly. Depends on how far down the loincloth goes. No, you
I
can
would
shoot
have
from the
definitely
left side.
vocalized that plan.
I'll take-
so
I'll take-
we can get everyone in this room.
Yeah, I'll take the shot on him. Sure.
Okay. All right. So it is now. It's not perfect. It's like you're going to take a slight minus to it. Not a big one, just a -1 to be able to hit. But you should be able to do it
Alright.
otherwise.
Boom. Oh man, I am sucking. It's a 9, so I'm sure I imagine it's a miss.
Oh my God, wall of textomizer. All right. So that's that. Are you staying where you are, Cade? Movement-wise, other than that?
Actually, I'm gonna back up in case I hear like the plot going on. I'm gonna back up in case people want to come in here.
Okay.
They can without too much difficulty, if that is the plan, which I think is a good plan, by the way. I second the plan.
Okay. Speaking of the plan, Salil.
I'm tell everyone to get back in here, and I'm going to delay my action. I will start a that's flaming sphere
Okay.
I'm gonna
on
read
that, like right here. As soon as everyone gets in here.
Okay. So before Fing goes, you actually hear, "I told you once. You get in there, you're gonna pay for it. Don't tell me what to do. You shut up, you." So you hear that bellowing, and this is all in common. This is not actually in Orcish or anything else. This is all being yelled in common.
All right.
All right. So now, Fing, that leads to you.
Who's that in front of me? Is Domdor done slapping me now?
Yes. Well, you assume so. You'd have to ask Domdor about that. But you are
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
still
yeah.
on the ground. But you
You're
could
still
pick,
screaming, so that's a start.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. You're not screaming anymore. You're in control of your faculties. You see a bunch of these creatures around. You're a little confused because as you look around, you see a bunch of orcs there, and you seem to remember that's what was there before. So you don't really know what's been going on over the last 5-10 minutes. But
And I'm calling all of us back into this room.
yes, and you hear that's right, and you hear Salil calling you back into the room. So up to you what you want to do.
I'll just wander back into the room.
Now, when you say wander,
Rush back in, confused, and yes.
okay, so you sort of stumble back here. You're like, "Hi guys," your face still stinging from the slap.
Two
For
slaps.
the 2 slaps. Yes. Yes, both cheeks. All right. That leads us to Domdor. Domdor, you're now facing a room of orcs again, although not as many as before. See you, Quad Zero.
So what weapons do these have? Each of the kind of
Same kinds of things. They tend to have mostly ragged short swords and daggers, and sort of wearing leather armor, sort of ragged and broken down. These guys, whatever dwarven armor, whatever dwarven connections they have, it doesn't seem to have translated into armor for them because this stuff is pretty junky.
all right. Just trying to think if Cade can get there as well in time. I may have to hold here and just take the brunt of it. So I don't know how
you're staying,
caves.
are you staying where you are?
Sorry, not cave, genies. Genies in like
Yeah.
like if we're going back here, does Genie come with us, or is he gonna?
I'm assuming that he's following you guys as you do various things, basically.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
why.
I'm-
I just wanna make
yeah,
sure what's
I'm,
happening.
I'm quite aggressively calling people back in here. Like, come on.
All right, so I'll just go back in. I'll just go in there.
Move it.
To me.
Okay.
Yep.
To be, you shall not. Okay. So, all right. So you move back into the room. All right. And then you want him. Okay. And then on his turn, right? So he will follow suit. Okay. That leaves Samil, and then everybody else sort of in there. Okay. So that's all there.
So as soon as they're in there, my delayed action would go off, and I get that flaming sphere going right here, sculpting it to where it's not going to touch Smeel.
All right.
You can always just cast it on.
Well,
I would rather have the defensive position.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
see if I can find this in.
Plus, if it ever touches me, it'll just make my pecs.
Yeah, it might actually do damage on their start and stuff, but
Your pecs have
this
fire
is what he would
resistance.
be doing. Yeah.
Someone just say packs of fire
You've
resistance. Is
been
that what it is?
exercising so much, the amount of heat that they generate. It's just
Holy shit! I can't do that, man. God, jeez. Oh,
All right. So right about where did you put that? I'm sorry.
Right in front of him, like right
So
here.
So
And
all of a
it's-
sudden-
and I'm sculpting it to where it won't affect him.
I was just gonna say, all of a sudden, a little mini sun appears in front of Samil, and that's a little hot, and you're a little troubled.
I'm
Frankly,
gonna put my sword in it to kind of like get it going. Sucker cleave even harder.
yeah, exactly.
Anyone
start-
got hot dogs? Now's the perfect time.
Right. So you resist the urge to go Hadouken and put your hands out next to the okay. This is 5e, Frosty. This is the beta rules of 5e. The next campaign we play after this will be the official 5e rules now that they're out. All right. So you have now shaped it. Now, are you able to move the sphere on the same turn? I'd have to take a look and see if you can.
Yeah, it's my movement action, I believe.
All right. So then go ahead and
let me check real fast just so I can make sure.
All right.
Like I'm leaving it there, but rolling and bouncing squash on its path. Yeah, as an action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. So it's effectively I'd be using my move action for it.
okay. All right. So that happens, and then they go and promptly stop because they're all looking sort of with trepidation at the flaming sphere that is now rolling around on the ground in front of Samil.
Makes sense.
And they're
Yes.
sort of like they're all sort of staring at it. They start arguing with each other, and then from the passageway down here, you hear again. All right, that's enough. The time has come. I don't care if the time has come. Shut up. You'll do what I say. And steaming around the corner comes this. Give me a second.
Please don't be a dragon. Please don't be a
It's gonna
dragon.
be ogre as well.
How did a dragon get through that door?
It's a dragon orc. It's like, how did this happen?
What the hell?
Hold on.
If you put a dragon orc in front of me, I'm gonna be very pissed at you.
Yes,
Don't-
clearly a dragon orc. No.
You never know. You've
No,
done
no,
odd.
no. You know,
It's gonna be an enemy immune to fire.
Yeah.
dragon.
A flame elemental. They had one here because screw you.
There we go.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
Oh, he's a little happy,
They've got a cave troll.
abominable snowman.
They have a cave troll. I hate the fact that. There we go. There you go.
Go ahead, keep making it smaller.
No, not much smaller, actually. Not
Please?
this guy that much smaller. He comes charging out to here, and then he turns, and you can actually see, and he looks at you, and he roars and he says, "I told you maggots to attack. What are you waiting for?" And then the same guy says, "Yeah, what are you waiting for? Come on, guys. Shut up. I'm telling the orders. No, I'm in control too. No, you're not. Yes, I am.
Oh my god. Does this thing have two heads?
This is little brother. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, as you look closer, but it's weird because one head is much larger than the other one. There's a sort of smaller one almost on his shoulder.
Oh my god, I'm
And they
manic
seem to
depressive
be-
and this is great.
They seem to be talking to each other. He has got a big ass club, by the way. Like, I mean, I'm not joking. This club is probably the size of the sphere or bigger. Like,
What
I mean,
would you
it's.
describe the club as?
Sorry, say again.
What would you describe the club as?
I would describe the club as a massive piece of wood that is infused with metal. Now, I do want to point out that this is wood, despite the fact that wood is flammable. I saw where you were going with that. That's a good call, except that I do want to point out that
Don't you screw me with this.
No. It's just that. It's just that this is not like this. Looks like he basically ripped up a tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it may or may not catch on fire, but it might take a little while to burn, just like a log would. So it's not as simple as it hits the wood and instantly. This is not balsa wood, is my point. This looks like it's fairly strong. And so he sort of points and yells, and they all seem sort of like, they all seem to be very frightened of him. And right now it looks like they're battling their fear of the flame against their fear of him, whoever he is. And so he points and sort of yells, and then, continuing to move, charges right at the flaming sphere.
Wow.
Good call, buddy.
He's got some cojones.
So he charges right at it.
2 heads worth.
And then, when he gets to right in front of it, with surprising dexterity, you think, attempts to leap over the sphere. So he's going to try to make a jump over the sphere.
Oh, come on, Samuel, you got to brace for impact.
I'll have to clear a good
Fish
5 feet of cover to
kebab
not
this
take
guy. Oh, come on, dude.
All right, well, the
Oh.
21 is a pretty good roll for him, I'd say, to do that, actually. He successfully leaps over the sphere, although his bottom is singed as he goes over, so he is going to take a couple of points of damage. And he goes right
Ballsy.
into Samil on the other side. And
Singed
so what
ballsy.
he's basically doing is attacking, it's an attack roll, is the equivalent of it, at +5, and it's going to be an opposed roll. So he's going to roll himself.
So he passes the 16 dexterity thing then?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That was the thing that he rolled so well against.
All right, in that case, I'll give him the D6 that he gets.
Okay. Let's see.
Interesting.
So he rolls. He does not, however, roll very well in his attack. He's going to get a 7, which is probably going to be less than your strength check, I assume, Samil.
Oh,
Don't count this party out, buddy. Come on.
He took 4 damage during this
Okay.
feat.
Arv, it's us, okay?
Right. So this is strength plus strength modifier, right? Or sorry, 20 plus strength modifier.
Correct.
So is he standing in the fire now?
Not yet. I'll tell you where he is as soon as I find out what
It's going
Samil
to
does.
be on some,
Okay.
which is just wrong in a lot of ways.
Interesting.
16.
Okay.
This is a Chinese martial arts movie suddenly.
What happens basically is that Samil
Epic
does
chest
not
bump.
get damaged. Samil bounces back about a square. Salil also bounces back a square as a result. He's now standing on that side of it. Now,
Okay.
so he's standing like there, so he lands like this. Now, he's not very steady on his feet at the moment because he just literally like fell over, and really the only reason that he was able to stay up after making that impressive leap is the fact that he banged into Samil, who then banged into, so like both of you guys together, it was like, and then kind of kept him sort of up. So he's now got a sphere behind him, and seems to be unconcerned with it, and is ready to attack. He can't do it this turn, but he's now facing you. And you can now confirm, huge guy, large head, smaller head on his shoulder, big wooden club, and he smells of singed flesh a little bit. And he continues to yammer at himself, evidently, as you're there. This was not a kung fu jump, Sargon. This was very much I'm angry and I'm going to 300 Sparta style jump over the sphere, and he rolled very well to do it. Like I said, a 21 was a pretty good roll to get over there. But it was not the wisest tactical decision. You're not sure that wise and tactical go in the same sentence with this guy. Like, you're not really...
Yeah,
sure
that flaming
that's-
sphere is going to keep everyone else out, so that was a very good decision.
I like that
For
stuff.
us, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And he's still not far enough away from it at the beginning of his turn. He'll take some
Still take
damage.
Thanks for the follow, Critical Elite. Welcome to the Argonauts.
Notice it's still in his anus region, so
Yes.
you're really going home with
More
that.
or less. Give me just a second.
And I have a plan myself whenever it gets to my turn.
Yeah, shove it right up there. I agree.
All right, give me just 1 second.
He's going to give him the red hot. Heyo.
I have control of the
Club,
Dragonspear,
now
or
go
how
for
does
the
that
bullet.
work? Are you able to move that over to me or not?
Okay. He is, and by the way, he's very, very large. Have I mentioned that? That he's pretty large.
Doesn't look very large.
Well,
He's a large fellow.
he is. How the hell did he not bang his head on the ceiling when he was doing that leap?